Did you used to be a boxer?
No, but I've been hit a lot.
Did you get your nose broken?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's terrorist. Like,
No, I mean, it's a good look. Don't do that.
sorry. It's not good up there.
Maybe you should get someone to hit you on that side and it'll straighten it out.
Straighten it up.
Yeah.
But it is in shadow there. If a man...
Uh-huh.
And that's it for that question. That's all I'm doing.
And the answer is no.
I wish I was that deep. I'm quite a shallow individual.
Let's stick to the shallow things.
Okay, let's stick to that. It's better, isn't it? Do you think it sits better with me? Okay. If a man achieves your level of fame, he's almost seen as a genius.
He's what?
But if a man achieves your level of fame and notoriety, he's almost seen as a genius. But if a woman does it, she's seen more as being lucky or a manipulator. Is there still... Do you see that double standard? And would you like to now share that with the group?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, I think that our society is a bit intimidated and naturally suspicious of women who are incredibly successful, famous, rich, whatever you want to call it. They have to sort of find things. Oh, she didn't do it by herself. Oh, she slept her way to the top. Oh, she can't really sing. Oh, she doesn't do this. Oh, she'll be over with in a minute. Oh, she's stupid. Oh, blah, 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 you know.
You've had all those.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do think that there is a double standard in our society, but it hasn't helped me back now, has it?
Of the kind of charges that have been levelled against you over the years, which one kind of pisses you off the most over the years? Which one that keeps cropping up is just like really gets you thinking?
The one that's...
I
think the one that bothers me the most is that the relationships that I have with men aren't substantial relationships. I hate it when they call my boyfriends my boy toys. That is so irritating and demeaning to me, demeaning to them, and I just won't stand for it.
I'd ask her about, you know, the British press.
The British press?
You know, if they're really as bad as people say.
Because she travels the world, she witnesses all different... Are the British press the worst in the nation?
Absolutely.
Okay, nice one, I shall ask her that.
They're certainly a lot kinder than they used to be.
Oh, do you think they've mellowed?
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know whether to feel disappointed or relieved.
Well, I'm relieved.
It's relieved, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I'm relieved.
But you think they used to be a lot worse?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they just saw me sort of acting out and being rebellious, and I think I was an easy target, and I didn't know how to handle myself in all situations, but I've gotten better at it through the years. And, you know, in a way, it's sort of like, oh, well, you know, 15, 16 years have gone by, and we haven't, like, beaten her down to the ground yet. She survived.
She's still going.
We haven't kicked the shit out of her. Okay, so we'll let her, you know, let her off the hook.
You think that's what they kind of thought? Yeah, I suppose it must be, after a while. They've done what they've given it their best shot.
They couldn't say anything worse than they've already... I mean, I've had everything leveled at me, so...
OK, did we ever get to a saturation point with you where there was nothing else to know?
Oh, please, I've revealed very little about myself, in truth.
Do you think?
I know. Do you think you know me?
Well, not now I've started talking to you.
Well, there you go. You think that... The thing is, I have revealed certain things, certain aspects of my character. You can't help but reveal yourself through your work, through your art, music, whatever that might be, but there's no way that that's the sum total of me. And, you know, people don't really know anyone unless they sit and start talking to them, so.
But I've noticed I've maintained the eye contact. Don't you appreciate that?
I do. How could we do an interview if you couldn't look at me?
Well, something... Do you ever get that shifty interviews?
Oh, yeah.
Shifty interviews.
They don't go very well. What sign are you?
Me?
No, the guy sitting behind you.
I was born in Barnet.
Shut up. What sign are you?
Cancer.
Cancer.
Well, what's...
What's your birth date?
16th of July.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, what have you logged there? Because you go...
No, well, cancers, they're very emotional people.
Are they?
Yeah, very sensitive.
I'm always accused of being really stoical and unemotional. That's quite weird.
Well, maybe your moon is in Virgo.
Well, moon's in my trousers. OK. What's your star sign? Exactly. I never normally ask them that.
I'm a Leo.
Like such a cheesy chat outline.
My sun sign is Leo, and my rising sign is Aquarius, and my moon is in Virgo. And people who have, you know, the moon rules your emotions.
Does it?
Yes, and so if you have a tendency to sort of play your cards close to your chest, you know, and you have a tendency to be a bit withholding and careful with your love, then you know, is that you?
Well, my Auntie Hillary's a Virgo.
Yeah, but are you withholding? Let's get back to you.
I probably do, actually, a little bit. Well, no, except to those that know me.
Let's ask another question.
OK. When most people turn 40, they start going to the gym. When you turned 40, you stopped going to the gym.
Well, right around the time I had the baby. I worked out until the last day, the day I gave birth. I was working out in a gym. Desperate to push that baby out.
OK.
And then after I had the baby, I never worked out again.
OK, do you think you'll go back to the gym, or do you now see it as quite a boring place?
Huge waste of time.
Do you see all that time jogging and gymming as a real...
Huge waste of time.
Thank God, I've never done any.
You haven't?
No, never.
You should do yoga, though.
Do you think it's all right?
It's excellent for suppleness, toning not only your body, but your internal organs. And yoga will keep your body healthy and lithe and youthful till you're 80.
Wanting, needing, waiting for you to justify my love, yearning, burning for you to justify my love. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Talk to me.
Do you think you'll age gracefully?
What do you think?
What, I was asking you.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Well, I've been aging before your very eyes.
Yeah, but I meant later on. Not now.
Okay, well, I certainly...
You know what I mean? I mean...
Oh, you mean when I'm 80 and I've got blue hair?
60 up,
Okay,
50
well, I
up,
certainly hope I do.
Share age.
Cher, I think she's aged very gracefully.
Well, yeah, I just meant her age. I didn't say she didn't age gracefully.
Okay, yes.
I think we're all out of that one. Whoa there. No one's dissing Cher. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'd now like to talk about Lourdes. How has Lourdes changed your life?
She's aging gracefully.
Is she aging gracefully, is she?
Yes.
Looking good? Mm-hmm. Okay.
She's changed my life in a million ways. She brings me incredible amounts of happiness and joy. Just to look at her makes me smile. When there is so much insanity out there and people are picking at me and I have a tendency to sort of get annoyed by those things, all I have to do is look at her and I go, oh, right, that's what's important. That's what matters.
Is that like the centre of your life now?
Yeah.
It's quite palpable and
and it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a child. I'm her parent. I'm responsible for her. And that is the most important thing.
Because I bumped into Mum today in Trafalgar Square. She's carrying 2 kids. And I said, what would you like to ask Madonna?
How does she find parenthood?
How does she find parenthood?
It is hard to have the career I have and have a child and try to have a relationship. I mean, it requires an enormous amount of organization and very little free time and very little sleep. And you know, one area is always suffering. You know, if I'm working too hard, I think, oh my God, I'm not paying enough attention to my daughter.
Do you remember those old plate spinning acts?
Yeah, you do have to do a plate spinning act. You know, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't know why people did that, and we always used to be really impressed.
Well, it was a metaphor for, you know, working mothers.
Yeah. You just get that one really wobbling. I was going, oh, he hasn't seen the one on the end. He's just only run down there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd ask her why she's got Marilyn Monroe's tattoo on her bum.
Has she got Marilyn Monroe tattooed on her bum? You know that?
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Who?
Someone asked, has she really got Marilyn Monroe tattooed on her
Do
bum?
me a favor.
And you got big tats?
I've got no tattoos.
You never had a tattoo?
No, not one.
Cher's got tattoos.
So?
Will she have any more children?
Will she have any more children?
Yeah.
That's a good point, isn't it? Because she's had one. Will she go on? Will she have a big family? Nice. What's your name?
Who?
Thank you very much, Hugh. That's a good question.
I hope so. I'd like to have another.
Would you like to have, like, loads?
No. No.
Okay. With the death of Diana, you're the most famous woman in the world, I would say. Arguably.
What about Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, okay. One of the most famous women in the world.
Okay.
How did obviously you've been pursued by the press, she was pursued by the press, some would say driven to her death by the press. How did you feel about her death? And
well, I thought it was a tragic waste of a life. I mean, and the way that it happened was so awful, and interesting, sort of poetic way to die. Certainly in her case, when you saw that she was so hounded by the press and seemingly so unequipped to deal with it, you know what I mean? So it does sort of seem like they killed her. Obviously, that's not exactly what happened. But how did I feel? I was devastated, like everyone.
obviously the last year's been interesting because of the death of Diana, and also we had Monica Lewinsky. What do you think about Monica Lewinsky, and what do you think of Monica Lewinsky as a person?
I can't judge her as a person. I don't know her. I only know what I read about, and we know how misleading that can be.
Oh, beautifully acquitted.
So... But that said...
But we can tell a little bit about her as a person.
Well, I think she's probably learned several lessons in the past few months. Being discreet would be one of them. You know what I mean? But there is so much about the situation I'm sure I don't know about, so it's hard for me to judge it. I think it's a tragedy that the media's, you know, turned it into such a circus. And made such a big deal about, you know, a politician lying, because after all, that is what they do. So.
Well, I think they always wanted to kind of match up to some standards of a bygone age that actually
Excuse
never
me, what
existed.
standard? Every president cheated on his wife.
Well, that's been my point.
You know, and they hold, you know, John Kennedy up like, you know, he's a god. I mean.
Guy was a legendary swordsman.
Please. Totally.
Couldn't keep it in his trousers.
So they say, but he was gorgeous.
Were you find?
I
JFK?
found him gorgeous, yes.
What about Bill?
No.
Can you see the attraction of Bill?
Yes, power is a great aphrodisiac.
You buy into that?
Well, it's just a fact of life.
Okay. Should Clinton be impeached? Should he? Do you think he should
No,
go?
that is, you know, okay, what he did is between him and his wife, really. I don't think it has anything to do with his ability to lead a country. I think he's actually done some really good things for America.